Namaste, creative yogis. Long time no see. I actually haven't been around that much because I had a bit of a healing crisis to navigate, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But first of all, we've got some catching up to do. So, welcome to 2022. It's actually a very, very auspicious year this year because of the numbers. 22 is what's called a master number, and it's called the master architect or the master builder. So, it's a year where you can manifest your dreams. You've got the energy of the universe on your side. So, it's the year to really get the ball rolling. But the key thing to be aware of is that because of the twos are about partnerships. So it's actually about you really getting in there and taking action, really involving yourself in this manifesting process, and really taking really definite action towards your dreams. So it's not like a magic wand. You actually have to do something to make things happen, which is always the case. But this year is particularly supportive of people who are putting the work in. So it's worthwhile having a think about what area of your life you want to see massive progress. Of course, you can take a holistic approach and look at your whole life and think, okay, I want, something in a general sense. But you can also be very specific and think about one area of your life. So, for instance, maybe it's your health and well-being that you want to see an improvement. So that's what you focus your energy on. Maybe it's to do with your career and building your career, and you'll see massive progress this year because this kind of energy does support sort of structured stuff. So things like careers and finances, it really does, you'll see really quick results with. But if it's more general, like say for instance you want to build a family, for instance, obviously then it supports people who want to get pregnant and bring children into the world. But also if you're looking for a partner and want to find the love of your life, it does support that. But it's kind of that's kind of more general, so it's not quite so obvious to see the results with that one. But nevertheless, you will see some massive shifts happening for you throughout the year if that's what you want to see, what you want to bring into your life. So it's a very exciting year and very, as I say, very auspicious. We also had a full moon on the 17th of January, which was called the Wolf Moon. And the Wolf Moon is all about understanding the power of synergy. This idea of the pack, how you're stronger in a group than you are on your own, that kind of thing. So it's finding these people who are like-minded, who have a similar vision to yourself and want to manifest what you want to manifest. So finding your team, your support system. So it's worth having a look around, have a look at who's in your life right now, and maybe you need to bring other people in. So do you need to go out and do a course? Do you need to find a teacher? Do you need to find a mentor? Do you need to go out and socialize a bit more? What do you need to do to find these people? Maybe you want to join some Facebook groups and what have you, all that sort of stuff. Finding like-minded souls to support you on your journey this year is very, very important. And so that's what this month is about. It's focusing on that and thinking, okay, well, where can I find this stuff, and start that journey of looking for your soul tribe, really. So that's exciting, connecting, finding connections and all that sort of thing. Very, very positive start to the year. So as I sort of mentioned at the beginning, I personally had a bit of a rough start to my year because I was really ill in January. I got a very bad lung infection and I've got asthma. I've had asthma since I was a kid. And I navigate it naturally because way back in the day when I got it as a kid, I had an allergic reaction to the inhalers that they gave me. So I had to navigate it naturally. And I was quite an odd child because I very, very bright and I read a lot. And so I went on a mission to find alternative solutions for myself. And it's actually what got me into yoga, because I read this article and I still remember it to this day. And it was talking about how yoga can help clear away asthma altogether from your body by teaching you the importance of having this lovely tall spine, which obviously creates space in the lung area for you to breathe. And also the pranayama practice, the breathing exercises help you to really strengthen your lungs. And I was really taken with that. And so I started practicing yoga at home probably when I was about 10 or 11, something like that. I started to do it. And then when I was 18, I found a teacher when I went to university. So I've had yoga in my life for a very, very long time. And as a result, I haven't had any problems with asthma until this month, January, that's just been. I got a really, really bad lung infection, and they did tell me that I had COVID, from when I went to the doctors. Having said that though, I got antibiotics to sort out the lung infection. I was okay on that level after a couple of days. So I'm not convinced I got ye olde COVID, but it was a very scary, very confronting time. It brought me right back to my childhood and what I went through as a young person, having to navigate this stuff, and at that point in time not really knowing how to do that. It was very, very scary actually. I found it quite distressing. So it reminded me, because this relates to all of us at the moment because of the COVID thing, which relates to the lung area. Anything to do with lungs is about fear actually, and holding on to fear. So when you're afraid, you want to be as small as possible. You kind of make up yourself into a little ball because you make yourself less of a target, as it were. So this contraction happens. So letting go of fear, easier said than done, I know, but letting go of fear, particularly about fundamental things, feeling safe in the world, which is why we're all being triggered, because this virus, we're being told, is life-threatening and what have you. So it's really triggered people into this primal fear. So it's about feeling safe in the world. And if you don't feel safe, then that contraction happens in the lung area. So it's helping us to overcome that, is what this global drama is about on that level, on this kind of healing level. So how do we do that? How do we kind of work with that in our yoga practice? The key thing is to be aware of creating space in the body. So draw that belly in, lengthen through the spine, feel yourself embody your body. You're not contracting away like this. You're really inhabiting your body. So just right now, do it. Just sit down in front of me and draw that belly in, find that length in the spine, roll the shoulders away from the ears, chins away from your chest. Notice how different you feel by being lovely and tall and really owning that space. So that's what we mean about being embodied, is actually making sure that we're really expanding into our bodies. We're using all the space available. And also noticing our breath. Are we breathing here shallow and fast, or are we breathing from here, the base of our lungs? So put your hands just around your ribcage there and breathe into it so you can feel that expansion into your diaphragm. Really breathe, take a deep inhale and feel that expansion. And then as we exhale, just let it all go. You're clearing away all that stale air in the base of the spine. And again, if there was any kind of bug in there, what you're doing is getting rid of it, You're not letting it sit in there. So you inhale and expand, and exhale, let it all out. This is the sort of stuff I was doing while I was navigating this infection and what have you. I was clearing it all out through my breathing. So take a deep inhale and exhale. And another good pranayama exercise is lengthening the breath. So you do that with counting. So you start off And again, start with the belly, because you draw that belly and it helps you to really get right to the base of that spine. And then from there, it's like this lovely length happens. You lengthen right up into the crown of the head. So draw the belly in and lift and lengthen as you inhale through the nose and exhale. Keep that belly drawn in, but you feel yourself sort of sinking down into your sitting bones. So what we do is count to 5. So we inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just pause. So what you're doing there is retain all that lovely oxygen, letting it marinate into your body. And then exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then on the next inhale, we're going to count to 6. So again, draw that belly in. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And pause again, just marinating. Notice if there's any tension around that. It should just be this kind of point of stillness. No tension. You don't need to tighten up. And then exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we keep going up to 10. Anytime you feel that it's making you anxious, you just stop, okay? So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and pause. Complete stillness. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. This is a real the test. Don't stress and strain around that pause. And then exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pause. And exhale 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause. Exhale 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just go back to your natural breath. Okay. So just practicing that. You might not be able to get up to 10. If this is a new thing for you, you might be able to keep going to 20 or whatever. It's about lengthening the breath. And the more you feel comfortable with that, finding that expansion and that space in the body. And the pause, that's actually the power of the breath right there. So what people tend to do is to clench up around it. They kind of stress around it, but you just stay really open and relaxed. So that's something maybe you need to build if you don't feel that comes to you naturally. It's just something that you'll develop over time. So those are all great things to try at home. Back bends are also fantastic because they really open the lungs up for you. So, but again, just be aware with your own back how comfortable you feel with back bends, because you can do gentle ones. So laying on a bolster underneath your hips and your shoulders are on the floor, that's a good way to really open the lung area, So just practice at your own level with back bends, because if you're stressed around the back bends, it kind of is self-defeating. But anything to do with creating space in your body, and also, of course, in your mind as well. That's why I like being outside. When I'm in this kind of, lots of space around me, I feel spacious. It helps me to feel that way. So all these things I'm just kind of sharing with you about what I kind of thought about while I was going through this, and noticing how I was in my body when I was struggling to breathe. I definitely was all like this. I had my mask on and I was kind of like this, curled up in the corner. I really was just in a very, very unhappy place in myself. And then as soon as I got well again, I was like, well, hey, I'm getting out into the beach again, just so relieved to be healthy again, I tell you. And it brought me right back to my childhood and what I went through as a child. And I think, God, I was only little and I dealt with that, it's probably why I'm so strong, is because I had to navigate that so young. So there you go. So I wanted to share all that with you because it is relevant to all of us. And it's understanding this global drama from a physical point of view and from an energetic point of view. And certainly if you have very strong lungs, then you're going to be protecting yourself from what's going on out there. All right, so I chose your card for you, and it's an interesting one because it relates to what I was saying. So it says, the more I trust in life, the more life is able to provide all I need and desire. So yes, obviously the antidote to feeling unsafe in the world is to feel that trust, and that comes from self-love. It's recognition that you can look after yourself no matter what. You've got the resources. And also the universe is on your side as well. That's something that I feel very strongly. And I get that kind of confirmation from seeing the magic of the world around me. But this is a very deep thing that I'm kind of sharing with you. So hopefully, you kind of it goes to the people who need to hear this and understand it. It is a very, very layered and textured core issue. It's feeling unsafe in the world, and working that through allowing yourself to be seen and heard, taking up space in your body, and just really having that compassion when you get triggered, and recognizing that it comes from inside rather than what's going on out there. All right, I think I'm going to stop there because I'm kind of diving quite deep into this one, and it's not for everybody. All right, so that's it for me today. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste, creative yogis.